Welcome to the show today, baby. This is DownYounderSports on your boy Jimbo Slice, and that's my co-host Mike over in Atlanta. And today we're gonna be talking a little draft and a little Tat McKinley. What's going on, Mike, over there in ATL, baby?
Man, what's good, man? What's good, man? You know what I mean? It's hump day. Just trying to make it through the week, bro. We done had a draft.
Yeah,
Falcons on the Falcons have they finally revealed to us what they thoughts of 2020 in terms of our new players, what they look like. So I'm excited to talk about what the team is gonna look like, what the depth chart is gonna look like, updated after this draft, man. So
right,
like I
right.
said, another week, man, another week to get it right. We all in this quarantine, whatever. I ain't gonna talk about it because we live in the state of Georgia and things are
Yeah,
already
yeah,
open here. But again,
yeah,
we ain't no political show. We're a sports show.
yeah,
So yes,
yeah.
sir.
I see some things that's already up and running over there. I tell you what, the almighty dollar bill in the state of Georgia, people just want that thing, man. They just don't care, huh? They don't
I
give a damn.
mean,
Okay,
hey,
all right.
like,
But there's another subject. I ain't finna go there.
right.
All right,
I'm just saying
let's
one more thing. One
go
more
ahead.
thing. You gonna get a haircut, bro. You know what I'm saying? To stay
Yeah.
home. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's go.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I see what's going on, and hey, baby, to each his own over there. What's going on? A haircut though. But
Whatever.
anyway,
Clean in the house.
let's get to this draft bit, Mike. The fans kind of missed you on a couple of videos I did. I just had to drop those real quick because they was egging on my mind. I had to drop them real quick. But let's get into this draft, and I want to see, the first round, second round, third round, I gave a B plus, and the overall draft I gave a B plus. I thought it was a good draft. Overall B plus. I was at a B minus, now I'm at a B plus. Cause did some research and looked up some players. So I did a B plus. I went B plus. Okay, down Yonder Nation. I'm going all in. I'm B plus. I was gonna give him my A minus, but hell, what the who? Ain't no big difference. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
Mike, let's get your overall grade on this draft. What's your overall grade? And tell me why that grade is the grade that you gave the Atlanta Falcons for this 2020 draft.
I won't go B plus. I won't go B minus. I'll just go B. I go at like an 85. I can't skew B plus closer to an A draft just because of I think we got fits. We got scheme fits at every position. I think, draft wise, we hit on a lot of positions of need, but I think what I kind of touch on a little bit is just kind of what I saw. I would say player comparison wise. What I'm saying as far as the team, but I'll go player comparison wise, and I'll also go just character. What their traits are. You know what I mean? I think to be a good, you know, for us to be good this year, bro, we really honestly gonna have to tap into this draft class, and a lot of these guys are gonna have to compete quick. So,
Right,
uh,
right.
I think, do you want to go ahead and start touching on Terrell? How do we want to just like, mention all of the draft picks and then go one by one, or do we, because the draft already here. Everybody here that's watching, y'all have seen the draft. You got your own thoughts, your own
Yeah,
opinions. Some might feel completely different. Some might feel like this is a draft where I've seen some C grades on the Falcons, to be honest with you. But
yeah,
let's start at the top,
yeah,
man. Let's start with our dog, our hometown guy. And
yeah.
I was just looking on the internet. I see that AJ Terrell, man, he played Westlake College Park, Georgia guy. So I'm sure he grew up rooting for the Falcons. So that's a plus. Now when I look at pedigree, I had a conversation with one of my homies, and I said, what are your thoughts on the AJ Terrell pick? And he said that we haven't had a pedigree, a cornerback with this pedigree since a D'Angelo Hall or maybe an Asante Samuel. And
Oh man, yeah,
I think I would have to agree with the assessment because AJ Terrell brings a different swagger from day one, whether you like him or not, whether you like his personality or not, or as everybody knows infamously, and we got to touch on it, the game versus LSU, where, okay, Jimmy, I pose a question to you. You played on a lot of big stages, on a lot of, a lot of high profile games. Now, whether you are sick or not, if you strap up and put on shoulder pads, what is it time to do when you got the shoulder pads on? You playing that week? What do you do? What goes through your mind? You
if
know what
I'm
I'm saying?
sick, I'm if I'm sick, if I know I'm finna put the pads on, once I put them on and once I buckle up, it's my mind has changed. I know I ain't sick no more. You understand what I'm saying? My mentality is I can block it out once I scrap it up because that's why I scrap it up. It's to take my mind off of certain things and embrace and put myself into the game. Once I get into the game, it's like I'm in another world. I ain't sick. I don't know what's going on outside the lines. I just don't. You know what I'm saying? It just don't distract me. And most players are like that. And I'm gonna say this with AJ Terrell being a Georgia boy, with me and you being a Georgia boy, our mentality compared to other, and I ain't knocking no other states. Now I ain't knocking other. Don't get me wrong on that. But in Georgia, with Georgia football and Georgia football players, our mind frame is just a little bit different when it comes to that game because it is more of a culture and a tradition to us in the great state of Georgia when it comes to football. Now, if you're sick and you throw them pads on, and you can be sick after the game, after you take your job scrap off, after you hang your helmet back up in the locker and leaving the locker room after celebrating a win, or you're mad over a loss, you're sick again. And that's usually how I usually go about it. If I'm not finna complain about it, and I'm not finna feel sorry for myself. Once I throw them shoulder pads on, once I buckle that helmet up, I'm a whole nother person. I ain't sick no more. I'm good to go, baby. You feel what I'm saying?
And so that's an interesting point, and I'm glad you provided that level of analysis because in that game against LSU, it was rumored that he had the flu. My thing about it is
Right.
I call excuse on that. And look, you got torched by, in my
You
opinion,
did.
um, a receiver that I think could go to the NFL and be as good as Julio Jones because he's just a rare breed.
Yeah.
And I like his approach to the game. And that's, Jamar Chase, he's still in college and he's got another year in college, if, we have a season or whatever. But again, he's a guy that I'm sure will be off the board, top 5 in next year's draft. Easy. So not holding that against AJ Terrell and not holding that one isolated game out. Look, taking a deep breath as a Falcons fan, I looked at his tape objectively and I was pleasantly surprised because he was not only a lockdown corner for a lot of big games, he did it for a long time. That was
he did.
A lot of the cornerback rooms that he was in, he had to kind of rise to the top to get that pub because Clemson, man, they a factory just like Georgia, just like LSU, just like Bama. They get the top recruits, and you can sit for a couple years. So I think for him to be able to go to a program like Clemson, be a part of the winning tradition, bring the winning mindset, I just think he'll be a factor from day one. At worst, he's a cornerback too.
At worst, at worst, he's a CB2. You're right.
Right. So, like I said, I like Terrell. I like his potential to make an impact. I'm not saying that he'll. It's kind of like I said, it's hard to lean on a rookie. It's hard to put too much pressure on a rookie. But you make plays because there becomes a certain point in the season where it doesn't matter if you're a rookie. It's just football, and you hopefully. We hope that when we get around to playing football, he's locked in and he's still making plays and he just functioning off instinct and he making plays and he continue to get better. But I do expect big things out of AJ Terrell. You know what I mean?
And I expect big things out of him too. I like the kid. I mean, it's gonna be a difference. It's gonna be he gonna make a difference when you see a different player line up on your defense, and he's learning from the other guys. It's just gonna make a difference. I mean, rookie or not, it's gonna be different. Now let's move on to Marlon Davidson, aka the Beast Man, the Beast Mode. I mean, good Lord, that Alabama ham hocks and oxtails that man been eating down there. Loud and can move, stand up, hand in the ground, 3 technique. Oh, defense in edge, boy, play them all. Okay,
come on.
How he fell to us, I don't know, but I do know this. I'm glad he did. I'm glad he fell to us. Marlon Davidson, welcome to the brotherhood. Hey, and go in there now and continue to eat them pig feet and oxtails, man. That's all right with us. But Dan Quinn is going to slim you down just a little bit to keep that athleticism going. I'm going to tell you something. Dan
Yeah.
Quinn, look what he did at Dontari Poe. Dontari Poe got here and thought he was finna eat that cornbread over there at Gladys Knight and them restaurant and stuff. Dan Quinn said, no, you're not finna do that. You finna slim down a little bit. Dan Quinn gonna slim you down a little bit, Marlon Davidson, so you can be athletic. But man, I sure am glad you are on my team. Mike, give me your thoughts on Marlon Davidson, aka Beast Man, the big beast.
Man. So all right, first of all right, for those that haven't seen Road to the Pros with Marlon Davidson, check out episode 1, 2, 3, and he just put an episode out a couple days ago where it just kind of talks about him getting drafted and basically how excited he is to be an Atlanta Falcon. But I think, the thing about Marlon Davidson that sticks out to me is that he's been through a great deal of, it seems like he's been through a lot of trauma in his life, and he's been able to take that pain and transfer it over to the field. So he kind of brings a true bully mentality. I always say that, like, as a smaller guy playing football, when we play, playing football, there's always some of them big guys you got to watch out for.
Yeah.
That's a big boy, dog. You know
That's
what I mean?
a big boy.
That's a guy that, like, I think he takes pride in, like, bullying, like, smaller people. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I think the best assessment I can give about Marlon Davidson, bro, without even going into his measurables, because I promise you, bro, we could talk about Marlon Davidson for another 10 minutes.
Oh, we can have a whole Marlon Davidson episode, man, for real.
Matter of fact, we might need to do that. But anyway,
we might need to do that.
Anyway, so anytime you're a 4-year starter in the SEC as a defensive tackle and you start your freshman year and you start for 4 years in the SEC, I think that already puts you physically in the position of a second year NFL player. Don't get me wrong, he's still a rookie. He's going to have rookie mistakes, but it still puts you in the position of a second year NFL player because you've been so battle tested. You done played in so many big games and you played against so many elite linemen who are in the league right now already. So I think we don't have a lineman on our team that has his complete skill set. I would say the closest lineman we have to him is Allen Bailey, and Allen Bailey is not as fast or as truly bullying and physical as Marlon Davidson was in college. I think they were on two different playing fields. You know what I mean? But anyway, I think that's why he comes in. He starts from day one. You find ways to use him as a big defensive end and as a I can't even say an undersized defensive tackle, as a
right.
defensive tackle, like, because his measurables are through the roof. But I think I just listened to his interview with the local sports radio station, and he just seemed fired up to be here. And I think a lineman that want to be here, that that's got to bring a smile to Grady Jarrett's face. I know if I'm at Grady Jarrett, I felt like how Matt Ryan felt last year when they got Lindstrom at the 12th pick. Like, thank you. Y'all got me a guard. Thank you. This side of the line is protected. I appreciate it. That's how Grady felt this year. Like, man, y'all got me, Marlon Davidson. I know what he did. I already knew about it. I guarantee you, Grady Jarrett already knew about Marlon Davidson.
Oh, no,
and was excited. And I think I'll leave you with Marlon Davidson, my comparison for him and Cameron Jordan, because I just expect big things out of him. So.
And to go back to this Matt Ryan situation, being happy with us getting Lindstrom last year. We came back and we made Matt Ryan a little bit happy again. We made Todd Gurley. We made Julio Jones. We made them people happy again. We made Allen Mack happy again. We went and got old Hennessy, which I think they are trying to make a Atlanta Falcons Hennessy bottle for the drink, which if they do, it's going to be beautiful because I'm damn sure going to get me one. It's going to be a trophy. I might not drink out of it, but I'm damn sure going to have me an Atlanta Falcons Hennessy bottle. It's just no question about that. Great pickup. He was projected to go. He was the top center in the draft. He was the top center in the draft. Man can play left guard, right guard, and center. He's a combo. He's a dual guy. I love dual guys because when somebody go down, you can move them around. Kind of how we did with what's my boy that went Ben Garland that's over there with the 49ers right now. You can move up and down that line. You can move around. Somebody go down, he's right there. It's like three guys in one create depth. How you feel about Matt Hennessy, man? I think Matt Hennessy is going to do some great things for these Atlanta Falcons, baby. I really do.
You nailed it. nailed it, bro. And I'm gonna go a couple different directions with you on Alex Hennessy because I did a little research on him because I knew he was gonna be our wild card. So instead of really talking about the Marlon Davidson interview I heard, I'm gonna talk about the Alex Hennessy interview that I heard on sports radio.
Right.
What he said was, so Jeff Collins. So here in Atlanta, Jeff Collins is the head coach of Georgia Tech, but Jeff Collins used to be the coach at Temple. So he coached Alex Hennessy at Temple. So he actually recruited Alex Hennessy to Temple. So the crazy thing about it is he said that when they were in offensive lineman meetings, he said that Coach Collins would actually have Hennessy study tape. The first person he studied tape of in college was Alex Mack, and like zone blocking, their schemes and stuff like that, right? So he said the ironic thing about getting drafted about the Falcons is that he's actually going to get a chance to learn from his favorite player, the person that he models his game after, which is why I give him the comparison of who did we draft? We drafted another Alex Mack, and I'm thankful for it because you nailed it. Yeah. We know when we got a safe one, it's just like I think every Falcons fan can go to sleep happy with this pick, and I don't care if he didn't play a lot of left guard in college. These Philly, man, let me tell you, these Philly Temple guys, you got to get in the Temple, you got to be smart first of all. So
yeah.
He had a brother played for Duke, and so they family is used to being, in the league. But it's funny that you talked about Hennessy and his last name. They asked him, they was like, do you realize that how popular you're gonna be in Atlanta from day one? And he was like, yes, I've seen the articles and I've seen the, like the memes and stuff about it. But he was like, he don't even drink, which is cool. That's fine. You know what I'm saying? I don't care what as long as you play football, you're gonna have a lot of people that's rooting for you to do well. And I think just name alone, bro, I think that's the safest pick that we got in the draft. And that is literally a pick that I think I put as a A-. That's really the only pick I put as an A-. I put Marlon Davidson as a B+. Well, actually, you know what? Yeah, I'll put Marlon Davidson as a B+ just because we still could have. I still think we could have got a linebacker a little bit earlier there. I really would have went Willie Gay, linebacker out of Mississippi State there, just because. I've watched tape on Michael Walker, and actually it's a good way to segue to Michael Walker because he was the next pick in the 4th round. And when I look at Michael Walker, I see a lot of Levante David in his game because he's one of them compact linebackers. He played it inside, but it looks like he rushes the passer a lot at Fresno State or whatever. And he looks versatile, you know what I mean? But I still think he was a bit of a reach at that pick when you still had Troy Dye on the board, a linebacker from Oregon. And it was kind of frustrating that we kind of picked him over Troy Dye because I think Troy Dye and Deion Jones would have complemented each other well, especially being coverage linebacker. And Troy Dye, like I said, just looking at his tape from Oregon, I thought he would have been the better fit. But, I mean, I got to trust that this is a Raheem Morris, Jeff Obert. Jeff Obert wanted that guy. And if Jeff Obert won a linebacker, you saw what he did with Foy Oluokun. If you can take a linebacker from Yale and make him an NFL starter, I ain't gonna doubt who you bring from Fresno State. So, but what's your thoughts on Walker, man? Let's
the measurables the measurables are there. 6'3", 200 plus pounds, 4'6" something. He's gonna replace number 59. He's a faster number 59, which is Campbell, who moved on to the Cardinals. I think this kid got an open mind. And once you look at somebody's measurables, you want to know if they got the mind frame to accept coaching. He got the measurables to be an NFL player. That's no question about it. Can he accept coaching? Can he be the ultimate coachable player? And when it comes to coaching, that's what you want. If you can bring in a blank sheet of paper and start inserting your data on that paper and turn that player into what you want that player to be, that's great. See, now, number 59 and Takk McKinley and all them people, I don't think they coachable, and I don't think they wanted to be where they was. They had a problem with being who they was in the Atlanta Falcons defense and what it was in the Atlanta Falcons defense.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
I agree. I think, yeah, you're right. Continue. Yeah.
But so I think with Michael Walker, he when they interviewed him, they knew he was a blank sheet of paper. but he had the same measurables as number 59. You see what I'm saying? Bring in on Michael Walker. Let's get to him. Okay, he ain't go to he went to Fresno State. Okay. But the man got the same measurables as a number 59 as Campbell. I call him number 59. I don't like to use his name, y'all. Down in the nation. I'm sorry about that. I just don't like to use his name. I like to call him number 59. Okay. Michael Walker is gonna be a better number 59. He's a faster number 59 because they the same size. He the faster number 59, and Raheem Morris never gonna make. You know what I mean? They gonna make him. They gonna make him a better number 59 in this defense. It's gonna work.
Yeah, I agree. Hey, one thing about him is that Mel Kiper said that he got above average tackling ability, and that's true. It jump off because when he hits you, you stop. So we can use that. I still think that from a coverage standpoint, we just gonna hope that Foy is more of our coverage linebacker. But what it strikes me as, and actually before we even touch on Jalen Hopkins, is it strikes me that the Falcons defense this year is gonna resemble more of a 4-2-5. You know, we're gonna have more four down linemen, 2 linebackers. You know, 5 DB. I think that you'll see a lot of that employed, and you'll see a lot of ball hogs. Which, okay, I say that to say this. It segues into why we got our next pick. Oh, Jalen Hawkins.
Oh, Jalen Hawkins, man.
Oh, Jalen Hawkins, man. Okay, so let me tell you something about Jalen Hawkins real quick, bro. He remind me of 2 guys. And one of them played for the Falcons, and one of them also not only played for the Falcons, he played for the same college as this guy. And it's old Thomas Deku. Remember him?
I remember old Deku. I thought she was going somebody else, but I know old Deku, man.
Nope. I'm going Thomas Deku, and I tell you why. So when I see the tape, I see a lot of guys. Hey, Deku would always be around the ball, get them picks. You know what I'm saying? Good hands. Really is an athletic guy. But I don't see much in the tackling department. You know what I mean? Like, he's not going to be an enforcer at free safety, but he does have range, and he is definitely a ball hawk. But the other guy that I was going to say he reminds me
of. I think I know who you finna go with, Nate. That's your boy. Go with your boy.
Going with DeMonte KZ. That's who he reminds me of, old San Diego State, because them boys play the same way. They play around the ball. They play, instinctual. I think that because we employ more 4-2-5, you see more Jalen Hawkins than you. This is why we got a Jalen Hawkins and we didn't go with some of the other best players available on the board, because we could have went a lot of different directions. I think you go with Jalen Hawkins because, again, you got he's raw, but he's got great ball skills. So you don't really want him in a lot of situations where he's doing a lot of tackling, because that's not his strong suit. But ball up in the air, 50-50. I saw that not only once in college, but twice. He had 2 3-pick games. You know what I mean? One in a bowl game. I think he might have had one of the greatest bowl games I've ever seen. Like 3 interceptions in a bowl game. It's crazy. You know what I mean? So we know the ability is there, but I think one thing about him is he came to Cal as a receiver. He ended up as a DB. Of course, the transition worked well. 4th round pick, got paid. Great. But I think we can't really expect a lot of him in the tackling department, but I think if something happens to Rico get hurt. I saw that Rico had some surgery in the offseason. We got another plug-and-play guy. He's a guy that has played in big football games, and, he comes from one of them schools where usually Cal guys, they're smart. And not usually the best of tacklers. We ain't been too many Cal linebackers that have just been ultra dominant. They usually have been mostly dominant on the offensive side of the ball. But, I like old Hawkins, man. But what you see with Hawkins though, man? What comparison wise, or what are your thoughts on him?
I mean, hey, Atlanta Hawk is what I'm gonna call it, and that KG comparison was a great comparison. That's who I was gonna go with, KG. See, Atlanta Hawk got some ball skills. He got a knack for the ball, always around the ball. Now, every team I done played on, from high school all the way to college, it was always that one guy that always came up with a turnover. Like, you ain't even, how you keep coming up with turnovers? They got a knack for the ball. A KZ and a Jalen Hawkins, a.k.a. Atlanta Hawk, these people love being around the ball. They know how to create turnovers. It's a talent to be able to create a turnover. I think it was a good pick. A lot of people, like you said, there was a lot of people still on the board that we probably could have took. But this fits with the Atlanta Falcons, what Dan Quinn liked to do. Raheem Morris and them like turnovers. They love turnovers. They love to generate turnovers. And when we picked KZ, from San Diego State, I said, what? And then I realized how many turnovers he had done generated in college. I said, this is a good pick.
Yeah.
Jalen
Yeah,
Hawkins, same thing. Atlanta Hawks,
I
he
agree.
the same way. It's the same thing.
Oh god
Now we
dang.
ain't gonna go.
Yeah, we're gonna see what
Go
he
ahead.
do. We're gonna see
So
what
yeah,
old do. But now, listen. Now the last pick, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know his first name. You know what? I don't even care to know his first name because he's a punter. But at the end of the day, he got a job. He took a roster spot that I thought should have been saved for a running back. But I looked at the way he punted for Syracuse, and boy, he got that I will nail you into a corner punting. Like it's just one of the guys where it's like I see why you got drafted, bro. That's cool because to get drafted as a punter, bro, you got to be booming the hell out of the ball in college.
yeah.
And I think his tape is shit. All American punter. We'll take it because Matt Bosher, he got a little hurt, because let's remember Falcons. Matt Bosher hurt us that first game when he got hurt before the game started. I don't know if y'all remember that, but
Yeah.
he hurt his groin just warming up, and he ain't been right ever since, bro. So we fixed that punter problem, but I got one more I got to throw at you, my boy, because we ain't really touched on the undrafted free agents.
We haven't yet, no.
I ain't gonna lie. I've looked through the undrafted free agents, and I don't really want to spend a lot of time on them. But there's one bonus 7th rounder that I think we got as an undrafted free agent, and that's Jared Pinkney, tight end from Vandy. I think that is our defined number 2 tight end behind Hayden Hurst, with Jaden Graham in there doing his thing, because you really don't want to depend on Jaden Graham ultra we don't really want to depend on Jaden Graham like that, But we like Jaden Graham because you got a lot of ability and you'll burn some people, and I like the way they use you. But put him at H-back, let him do a little bit more H-back. But I like that Pickney pick because I think the Benny guys, they tough, they smart. I think he'll do what they ask him. I think he was a victim to the combine where he had a slower 40 time than people expected. He ran a 4.9. He didn't get the benefit of a pro day to run another 40. So I think if he would have been able to improve upon his time, he probably would have gotten drafted. But I think he's a guy that's going to come hungry because I saw mocks for him going in the 4th and 5th round.
Yeah.
So that's also a guy that, as Falcons fans, we have to make sure that we don't lose sight of those undrafted free agents, because it's a Brian Poole in this draft. It's a Olamide Zacchaeus in this draft. So, us as Falcons fans, definitely head down on the next. That's why we keep y'all in tune to it, because I know, like I said, a lot of y'all probably looked at it as well, but we know what we got, and we know that we got to utilize all of this for everything that we hopefully have in front of us, you know what I'm saying, season pending, to do. Because I think, like I said, we filled enough gaps that we should be competitive. I don't care what anybody say about Super Bowl or bust, none of that. Like, we have a team now. We understand the scope of the whole team that we have, and now it's on us to execute, you know what I'm saying, point blank period.
And I can agree with you on that 100%. And these undrafted free agents, somebody, like you say, it's a pool in there somewhere. Is somebody gonna come up out of there and make some plays and make this team? And you might not want to pay attention to them that's up to you. But it's somebody always coming out of Dan Quinn undrafted free agents that make the team and make an impact and be somebody on this team. It's just gonna happen. He's good at undrafted free agents. Now, I want to move on to something that dropped today, and I just want to get your opinion on this because the show is almost to an end. But Mr. Shake Them Dreads from California, they declined his 5th-year option today. Mr. Takk McKinley. Let's talk about Takk McKinley real quick. Just a quick little bit, Mike. We're going to get on it some more. But I just want, because it dropped today and we're doing this draft video. I know it was all about the draft. But I want to just get your thoughts on it real quick before we jump up out of here. But Takk McKinley, 5th-year option got declined, baby. What's happening now? What's up?
Hey, first of all, Takk McKinley, you've made ESPN.com, NFL.com, Alabama.com as the top sports story as the Falcons declining your 5th-year option. So, Takk, you kind of on notice. I think that, with your shoulders and stuff like that, you got a bad rap. But I think, there's kind of a PSA, Takk, that you are the 3rd loudest person on the defensive line now behind Marlon Davidson and Dante Fowler. You know what I mean? So it's up to you, Takk, to play the game that you know how to play, the game that I think you will re-fall in love with, because I follow you on social media and I see that you look a little bit more motivated than I've seen before. And it's like Takk's problem has never been with anger or rage or passion. It's just been a couple things: discipline, a little bit of bad luck, because the injury bug has hit him a little bit every season. But he has had games where he has literally dominated linemen and bull rush linemen. But sometimes the consistency isn't there, and when we lose sometimes as a team, which we did a lot of, and we've been doing a lot of over the last couple of seasons, he kind of adapts that mentality too. So sometimes I think he just has to show that he loves football even when things get tough. But I think this year it's kind of a put up or shut up year. They've already declined your option to say you got to show us. We got burned last year with Vic Beasley. Will we get burned this year with you? And I just think you can't write Takk off, because we're hard on Takk, because you want to see more out of Takk, because the talent is there with Takk. But
It is.
I think it's up to him to really take it to the next level to help our defense, bro, because we really got to take that next step as a defense, because we got some interchangeable pieces on the defensive line. So I just hope he take that next step, man. But I wish him well, because he with them birds, and he bleed red and black like we do. So I want him to do what he gotta do, but it's up to him. If he don't do what he gotta do, then we're gonna be drafting somebody else again next year, bro. You know what I'm saying? Right at his place, and they're gonna be saying the same thing. I'm gonna get to the quarterback. You don't know this Drew Brees, you don't know this Tom Brady, all of that. But you gotta actually do it. It sounds good, though. It sounds great,
It do sound good, and I dropped a Takk McKinley reaction video right before me and Mike went on air. So
check it out. I gotta check it out.
I did say, it's two types of people. The people that talk and the people that walk. Julio Jones, he a walker, okay?
Woo.
Takk McKinley, you might be a talker. You might talk. You need to walk, man, and stop talking, because I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said in that last video, Rich McKay is not playing around. I cannot stress that. I cannot put that out there enough, Down Yonder Nation. Rich McKay, he's not playing around. He is ready to go. You hear what I'm saying? And he's all about that bird, like I said in the last video. He about this bird now. He ain't about no friendly. We friends off the field. I think you're a good kid. You go to church, and Rich McKay don't pay attention to none of that. So either you gonna get with the program or you ain't. Right. That's how I feel about the situation. I Takk, hey, if you want that money, show the people. Show Rich McKay. Show the people. Okay? Right. Almost towards the end of the show, man, I want to stop real quick and say, hey, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, man. Leave comment for me and Mike to see. We need to know what's going on, what y'all think, how y'all feel, because that's what we're doing it for. And we like to talk about this stuff. So drop that comment, hit that subscribe button, let us know what's going on. I'm finna wrap the show up real quick. We're not gonna do really closing thoughts on this show. Next show we're gonna do an hour long, and we're gonna have a full Marlon Davidson and then the rest of the draft type of show. That's how we finna do next. Cause man, we're excited about Marlon Davidson. I'm trying to tell you now. So
we're gonna break him down. We're gonna break his fam down. Listen, we're gonna go to the biggest games. I don't want to go to the games against the Rudy Fools. We're gonna go to his biggest game. We're gonna break his fam down, and we're gonna let Falcons Down Yonder Nation. We're gonna really let y'all see what we getting in this guy, because I think he's another pedigree guy that you just can't have enough of them guys that have played in big games, that understand how to win coming in, and that's all they really want to do is play football and win. And you got winners and football players. We need more of them, because we got some guys again. We had a guy that was doing Zen yoga before the game, and ain't no problem with doing Zen yoga, Vic Beasley. You know what I'm saying? But somebody had to remind Vic Beasley, like, hey, y'all tell him it's a football game going on. Like, what's football? Like, Vic Beasley, put your shoulder pads on, go out there, rush the quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Like, they have to remind him that he's playing football. So I don't think that'll be a problem with Marlon Davis. But anyway, that's next week, my boy.
I don't think that'll be a problem with him. You're right, Big Mike. But hey, get back with us. We'll be back next week. Down Yonder Nation. Hey, appreciate y'all watching the video. Like I said, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, notification bell, all that good stuff. I'm Jimbo Slice, aka Jimmy Obama, and I will be seeing y'all. That's Big Mike Dub over there in Atlanta, baby. My co-host. We will be seeing y'all next week. It's Down Yonder Sports, and we up out of here, man. Adios.